Ah, it's perfect weather for the fair. Over there, look. That looks like a fun game. To play the game, you get 5 rings each. You have to try and throw your rings onto this pole, and you have to try and throw your rings onto this pole. The player with the most rings on a pole at the end of the game is the winner.
Click on this player to start the game.
Well done! You managed to get all 5 rings onto the pole.
Now click on this player.
Good job! You also managed to get all 5 rings onto the pole. There are as many orange rings as there are purple rings. So both of you are winners. You both scored 5.
Click on the number 5. To show that these numbers are the same, we can use this sign.
We call this sign an equals sign. 5 equals 5 shows that there are 5 rings of each color. This ring toss looks like fun. Why don't you play again? Here's another 5 rings for each of you.
Click on this player to toss the rings. Now click on this player to toss the rings.
So, what score did each of you get?
Which of these numbers shows the number of rings on this pole? Drag the number here. Click OK when you're done. You got it. There are 3 rings on this pole. Which of these numbers shows the number of rings on this pole? Drag the number here. Click OK when you're done. You got it. There are 5 rings on this pole. Now click on the pole that has fewer rings. When you're done, click OK. That's right. This pole has fewer rings.
We can see that there are fewer orange rings than purple rings. And when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can see that 5 is 2 more than 3. So 3 is less than 5.
Click on these words.
We can use this sign to show that this number is less than this number. The sign points to the number that is less, 3. Since 3 is less than 5, the player who threw the purple rings wins. Okay, one more try.
Click on the pole that has more rings. When you're done, click OK. That's it. This pole has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings, and this pole has 1, 2, 3 rings. So, this pole has more rings.
We can see that this time there are more orange rings than there are purple rings. When we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 is 2 more than 3. So 5 is greater than 3.
Click on these words.
We use this sign to show that this number is greater than this number. The sign points to the number that is less, 3. Since 5 is greater than 3, the player who threw the orange rings is the winner.
Click on this up arrow to add more rings to this side, and click on this down arrow to take away rings from this side. Click on this up arrow to add more rings to this side, and click on this down arrow to take away rings from this side. Watch the sign as you change the number of rings on each pole.
Step forward to test your strength.
Wow, this looks like a fun game. The harder you hit one of these pads with the hammer, the more lights you will score. You scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. And you scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lights.
Which of these signs do we use to compare 6 and 9? Drag a sign here. Click OK when you're done. That's right. 6 is less than 9, so we use the is less than sign.
We can see that there are fewer lights here than there are here. When we count to 9, we can see that 9 is more than 6. So 6 is less than 9.
Click on the sign. The sign always points to the number that is less.
Let's have another test of strength. Ready, set, go! You scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lights. And you scored 1, 2, 3, 4 lights. Now, let's compare these numbers to see who is the winner.
Which sign do we use to compare these numbers? Drag the sign here. Click OK when you're done. You're right. 7 is greater than 4, so we use the is greater than sign.
There are more lights here than there are here. When we count to 7, we can see that 7 is more than 4. So 7 is greater than 4. And to show that 7 is greater than 4, we use this sign, the is greater than sign.
Click on the sign. The sign always points to the number that is less.
That makes you the winner this time.
Step up to the number board.
You need to throw a ball at this board and try to hit the greatest number. There are two mystery numbers, here and here. We don't know what numbers they are. They could be greater than these numbers, or they could be less than these numbers. Line up there to throw a ball.
Click on this player.
You've hit the number 53.
Now click on this player.
And you've hit the number 35. Well, to see which number is greater, we need to compare them.
Click on the number 53. Ten, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 1, 2, 3 more blocks show 53. Now click on the number 35. Ten, 20, 30, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more blocks show 35.
These blocks are a good idea. Now it's easier to see which number is greater.
Which of these numbers do you think is greater? Click on a number, then click OK. That's not it. This is the greater number.
We can see that there are more blocks to show this number, and there are fewer blocks to show this number. So 53 is greater than 35.
Which of these signs do we use to compare 53 and 35? Drag the sign here, then click OK. That's right. We use this sign to show that 53 is greater than 35.
53 is greater than 35. The sign always points to the number that is less. So it looks like you've won this round.
Round 2.
Ready, player one? You've hit the star, and it's a mystery number.
Click on the star to see the mystery number. "87."
Good throw. Well, we don't know what this mystery number is yet. But how does 87 compare to the other numbers on the board? 43, 53, 34, and 35.
Click on this number to see how we count to 87. Now click on each of these numbers. 53, 43, 34, 35.
Starting at 1 and counting to 87, 34 is here, 35 here, 43 here, and 53 here. So, 87 is greater than 34. 87 is greater than 35. 87 is greater than 43. And 87 is greater than 53. So, of the numbers that we can see on the board, 87 is the greatest number. Player number 2, for you to win, you need to try and hit the mystery number and hope that it is greater than 87.
Click on 87 to see some numbers greater than 87. Click on any of these numbers. 87 is less than 100. 87 is less than 99. 87 is less than 98. 87 is less than 97. 87 is less than 96. 87 is less than 87 is less 87 is less than 93. 87 is less than 92. 87 is less than 91. 87 is less than 90. 87 is less than 89. 87 is less than 88.
So, for you to win player 2, the mystery number needs to be greater than 87. Good luck! Oh well, never mind. 1 is less than 87. But you did have fun, didn't you?
Well done! You've completed this lesson. Click here to go to the practice area, or click here to return to the menu. There are 6 donuts on this plate and 7 donuts on this plate. Which plate has fewer donuts? Click on the plate and then click OK. That's it. This plate has fewer donuts.
There are 6 donuts on this plate, and 7 donuts on this plate. 6 is less than 7. So, there are fewer donuts on this plate.
There are 9 hammers on this shelf, and 7 hammers on this shelf. Which shelf has more hammers? Click on the shelf, and when you're done, click OK. That's not the right shelf. Try again. That's right. This shelf has more hammers.
There are 9 hammers on this shelf, and 7 hammers on this shelf. 9 is greater than 7. So, there are more hammers on this shelf.
There are 10 suitcases here and 9 suitcases here. Which sign can you use to compare these numbers? Drag a sign here, and when you're done, click OK. That's right. You can use this sign.
10 is greater than 9. So, we use the is greater than sign to compare these numbers.
There are 19 fish in this tank and 17 fish in this tank. Which tank has more fish? Click on the tank, and when you're done, click OK. There are 19 fish in this tank and 17 fish in this tank. Which tank has more fish? Click on the tank, and when you're done, click OK. That's it. This tank has more fish.
There are 19 fish in this tank and 17 fish in this tank. 19 is greater than 17. So, this tank has more fish.
There are 40 apples in this box and 27 apples in this box. Which sign can you use to compare these numbers? Drag a sign here, and when you're done, click OK. That's it. You can use this sign.
40 is greater than 27. So, we use the is greater than sign to compare these numbers.
There are 50 candies in this bowl and 76 candies in this bowl. Which sign can you use to compare these numbers? Drag a sign here, and when you're done, click OK. That's it. You can use this sign.
50 is less than 76. So, we use the is less than sign to compare these numbers.
Good work. You've completed these practice questions. Click here to go to the workout, or click here to return to the menu.
Wow! Look at all those snails! How many are there? 31. Oh no! Look at all those caterpillars!
Click on this cabbage leaf to see how many caterpillars there are altogether.
27 furry caterpillars. Now let's see. Are there more caterpillars? Or are there more snails? Which of these leaves has more animals?
Click on the leaf that has more animals. When you're done, click OK. That's right. There are more animals on this leaf.
There are more snails than caterpillars, because 31 is greater than 27.
Which of these signs can we use to show that 31 is greater than 27? Drag the sign here and click OK when you're done. That's right. We use this sign to show that 31 is greater than 27.
One way to compare these numbers is to arrange the animals in groups of 10.
Click on the leaf with the snails on it.
"10, 20, 30, and one more is 31 snails." Now, what about the caterpillars?
Click on the leaf with the caterpillars on it.
10, 20, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more is 27 caterpillars. You can see that there are more animals here than here. So, 31 is greater than 27. But which sign should we use to show that 31 is greater than 27? Well, since these two numbers are not equal, we can't use this sign. Let's look at the other two signs.
Click on the signs. Is greater than. Is less than. Is greater than. Is less than. Is greater than.
Well, 31 is greater than 27. So we use this sign between the two numbers. The sign always points to the number that is less. So there are more snails than caterpillars.
Congratulations! You've completed this unit. Click here to go to the next lesson, or click here to return to the menu.